All right, welcome to Ollie Homes TV, where I'm your trusted host and real estate expert. I'm going to take you on a journey through the world of real estate. In each video, I bring you wealth of knowledge and experience to educate and inform you about all things real estate. So sit back, relax, join us as we explore the exciting world of real estate on Ollie Homes TV. All right, welcome back to Ollie Homes TV. So today, I have a special treat for you. Oh my gosh, I am so excited to introduce to Ollie Homes TV, Coyia, the owner. A little bit about Coyia. She is a real estate investor, and she started just maybe a year and a half ago to 2 years ago, started investing in real estate. She now, as of today, has 3 doors and plans on buying more. So today, we're just going to kick it. All right. Welcome to Ollie Homes TV, Coyia.
Thank you so much. Hey, you guys.
All right. So what I wanted to know was just what made you get started in real estate?
Honestly, YouTube. So,
okay. So,
YouTube.
Yes, YouTube University?
Yes, YouTube
okay,
University.
Yes.
Definitely.
Got you.
But that, and also being in the military, just being around other people that was into real estate at the times, having
great.
sergeants and things like that, and it sparked my mind, sparked my interest, and I did all the research I could, and here I am today.
See, that is absolutely amazing. And so I know it's easy to just kind of say, hey, it was a YouTube video, and then poof, you end up with multiple doors. Was the journey a little bit different than that?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Well, take us through the very beginning. What made you to even decide? Because because sometimes there is freedom in wanting to rent and just being able to move at the drop of a dime. So what made you say, I am going to purchase a home and then I'm going to purchase multiple homes here in Louisville?
Definitely. So I had, before going to the military, I was renting, and I just remember being told that my rent would possibly be going up.
Motivation.
Yes. So
okay.
I remember that, and I remember staying with my parents as well, and their rent going up. So I didn't like the fact that like someone's gonna tell me that I have to pay more, but it's nothing else being upgraded. You know, like the quality of living not being upgraded, but I'm having to pay more money for this space. Pretty much, you know. Man,
what's really crazy is that sometimes, it's like you buy one pair of J's and then the very next year, those same pair of J's, but a different colorway, cost like 20% more.
Yep.
And you're thinking like, why am I paying more for essentially the same product?
The same product.
And so that's what your thought was. You're not getting value or any more value than you were the year before. You're in the same place. It wasn't like they were updating your carpet. It wasn't like they were painting for you. It wasn't like they were throwing in a TV.
There you go.
Okay.
So nothing's being thrown in, but I'm having to fork out more money. So once I was seeing that, so that already caught my eye. And outside of that, I also had a friend at the time that was interested in finances. So we're both kind of just going back and forth about teaching each other different financial stuff that we're learning on YouTube at the time.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
So just all of that combined, and it was just like I'm learning all of this stuff about finances from my friend, and then I'm seeing how rent's going up. I was like, it just doesn't even make sense to rent, you know?
Yeah, it didn't make sense anymore.
It didn't make sense
for you.
For me, yeah.
All right, so what made you say, I'm going to pull the trigger and I'm actually going to buy?
So much research. So I had spent I had paid off my student loans. I was learning all of this stuff.
Wait. I almost want to stop the video. You paid off your student loans?
Yes. I paid off my student loans.
Oh my gosh.
It was like I was just doing so much stuff to set.
Did you owe like $50?
No, I wish I owed $50.
Oh my gosh,
No.
You paid off your student loans.
Yes, I did.
Before you even bought a house.
Before I bought it. And I did that without thinking I was buying a house, but I was just trying to really set myself up financially. So me buying a house never had to do with me just wanting to own a house. It was really just preparing myself financially for the future. That was the key thing about it. It didn't make sense to rent because I'm like, long term, this isn't going to set me up for anything. I'm not building anything here, like no equity. You know, like I started learning all of these financial terms, and I just started looking at everything in a long-term perspective.
So that does make sense. And so, so that means you bought. So anybody can. I'm not gonna say anybody. Most people can say, "Hey, I'm going to put myself in the position to buy a home, to pay off debt, and to get in the position to buy a home." And what made you transition from, yes, I want to go buy a home, to I want to be a real estate investor? Like, what was that journey, or was that the decision that you've already made?
No, it certainly wasn't. So I actually started out with a duplex, and I bought the duplex to live on. I lived in one part of it and rented out the bottom. So this just goes to show exactly what I said. Me buying a house was strictly financial, because I could have definitely got a way nicer place than what I got. You know?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Because I got a duplex, and if you know a lot about multifamilies, they're usually not in the nicest neighborhoods. You know, they're usually in like not the best neighborhoods.
They're older. I mean, they're older dwellings.
Yes.
So older dwellings tend to be in mature areas.
Exactly.
So, yes.
Exactly. So I'm not living in a area. I'm living in an area that I could definitely be doing better than. You know, but I was just thinking financially at the time. So I got the duplex, and at the time, this friend that I was telling you about, where we both talking about financial terms, they actually purchased them a house as well. Like, so once they purchased their house, they were having trouble with contractors. So I was having trouble with contractors, but I didn't allow it to stop me.
We all have trouble with
Yeah.
Look, I love y'all, but goodness gracious.
Contractors.
Mad trouble with contractors from time to time. And so you were having trouble with some contractors. And so what made you take a step to say, okay, I'm helping out my friends, but I'm also working on, building your other place.
Right. Yeah. So it's a little story.
Okay, gotcha.
So that's why I'm telling you about like how my friend was having trouble with contractors. So they ended up having so much trouble to the point the contractor basically was stealing from them at this point. So now they are in a place where they need my help in order to really finish this house, because we're kind of in the same boat as far as family. We can't really go to our family. We're like both the only ones that is learning about finances within our family. So they can't go to their family for money.
That's a whole nother video.
They can't go to their family for money, and I can't go to mine. So it's like they come to me. They're like, "Hey, you know what? If you help me fix the rest of this, we could just sell it and I'll split it with you."
Okay,
and so
that makes sense.
Instead of doing that, as I'm fixing it, I'm like, you know what? I want to buy this too.
Wow. So did you buy them out?
And that's what I did. I bought their house too.
Wow.
And that's how I got it.
Wow. So you started with a duplex. So let's kind of back up a little bit. So you started with the duplex, and you said, okay, because you can buy a duplex with a VA loan or a FHA loan. And so you used your VA loan.
FHA.
Or FHA. Okay, so you used the FHA loan to buy your duplex. And so now when you're thinking about how you used your, practically a first-time home buyer, loan to buy your duplex, how did that work out financially for you? So was that house hacking? Was that a discount on your mortgage? Or were you able to negotiate or navigate to where you didn't pay one at all?
Oh, it was a huge discount on my mortgage. So
okay, so that really made life easier for you financially, right?
Where people would typically go get an apartment, have to pay $800 in rent, and then have to still worry about electricity. I was only now paying $200 because my tenant covered everything except for $200 in of my mortgage.
Wow.
So I'm only paying
okay,
that.
So that makes a lot of sense.
So I'm just saving pretty much all of this money from work, because I'm only paying $200 to live here.
Okay, so that's encouraging. The fact that you were able to, whatever you were paying in your last place in rent, to go to a place where you're only paying $200 a month.
Exactly.
So you look like you're winning at this point.
Exactly.
Like you really won the game of life. Okay.
Momentarily. There definitely was some issues there. But,
okay, gotcha.
Momentarily, especially after being able to acquire another property from my
Okay.
friend at the time. So at the
Okay.
time, I was like, man, I'm winning until you start having tenant issues,
Ah, okay.
So,
So we can talk about that in a
yes,
second.
yes, yes.
And so let's talk about the second property. So you're living in this duplex, and then all of a sudden, this is that where the other opportunity came about?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yes.
so kind of walk me through. Was that the issue where it was like, hey, I'm gonna help this friend out, renovation, and then you kind of took over and just end up buying it?
Exactly.
Okay, so so now I got that figured out there. And so now you're at what, 3 doors right now?
Yes.
Okay, so let's kind of talk about a little bit. I want to talk about a couple things. I want to talk about how you are, what you're going to do in the future. But first, what I want to discuss is, so I'm sure there had to be some bumps in the road,
Mm-hmm.
or was it all easy?
No.
So you had it all easy. See, that's great. We can wrap this up.
I know,
Yes,
right?
guys.
No. I win.
Okay, so what kind of challenges did you encounter?
Yeah, definitely. So, first off, it was not just a regular FHA loan that I
Okay.
had with my duplex. I had
Okay.
an FHA 203K.
Oh, okay.
So, with that, that's a renovation on top of the regular home loan. I know
Right.
you know, but you know.
Yeah.
So with that, it basically made it to where at the time I was depending on my realtor a lot because I am completely unaware about. I just know the steps of what I had to do. I am completely unaware about renovations and everything like that. So I'm heavily dependent on my realtor. And I depended on my realtor to find me a great contractor for my 203K loan.
Okay.
And the realtor did not do that. So
Bad realtor. Bad realtor.
So
Man, if you're a real estate agent and you do not know great vendors, or you're not actively searching for vendors, you need to pinch yourself in the arm. Okay, just sign off. Go ahead.
no, definitely. So basically, I got this contractor that's working on my duplex, and the contractor was supposed to have everything completed within a 6 months time frame for the approvals for the 203K loan, because they inspect and make sure everything is done.
That makes sense.
That 6 months turned into an entire year because the contractor was not doing the work. And,
Oh, wow.
And I'm brand new to real estate, so thank God that I had FHA holding my hand with it, because I'm just kind of like, well, I don't know what to do.
And they're helping you,
Yeah,
right? And they're
yeah.
helping you hold everyone else
accountable.
Right.
Because I'm not doing that. I'm still completely new, and I'm just thinking this guy's gonna do the job. Like, he's getting paid the money, he's gonna do the job, and that definitely didn't happen. And it delayed the 203K process. So I had to find me a complete brand new contractor. He was fired, and this delayed my 203K process with everything. It was. Of course, we had closings, but it was still up in the air what's going to happen.
Right.
And so that was a lot. And
so how did that send you? Like, were you because you're past it, and when we met, you were past that when we met. And so how did you navigate that? That seems like the emotional toll that I would take on anyone
right.
going through that. Like, how were you able to deal with that?
I'm gonna be honest. I think me being in the military, I could handle a lot.
Okay, got you.
So it doesn't. I don't really get too upset. So honestly, I was just able to handle it. I was just like, you know what, Coyia, like, we still love real estate. This is just what we have to go through. That's just.
So that does make sense.
Yeah.
That does make sense. I definitely like it, and it seems like you were able to overcome that by, not only will, yet determination.
Yes. I like I said, I just always see the end in mind, and I know what I was really looking forward to doing. So even though I was still having these issues with the contractor with the 203K loan, I still had a tenant that was paying on time. During that time, at least, they ended up having to be evicted. But during that time period, they were paying on time during this span. So
right.
It's like I'm at least still in a livable space, and they're in a livable space, and everything is still working okay so far.
Right, and
it's
so
just the loan wasn't able to be fully fulfilled how it needed to be.
Okay, so it means that we're all, as we take this step, we're all still learning.
Right.
Right, we're all still learning, and you learn through the mistakes.
Exactly.
right? Education comes at a price.
There you
When
go.
you are, going through something, and especially when you have to pay money,
Oh.
that is, that is the best education,
That's the
right?
best, yeah.
That is the best education. And so let's kind of talk about, now that you kind of worked through some of the challenges, and now you're at your 3 doors, what are your goals? Now, it is January 2023.
Definitely.
And so January 2023, what's your goals for this year?
I am wanting to get investment property, so that's my next.
One
goal.
more or 2 more?
I want to
or
get 3 more this year.
3 more. So you're going to have a
Yes.
total of 5 doors by the end of the
Yes.
year. Is that the goal?
That's my goal.
Okay. And ultimately, so what type of, are you looking at another duplex, or are you looking at another single family? What are your thoughts?
A mixture of both. So
Okay.
I'm pretty much wanting to repeat what I did. So I'm wanting to get another multifamily, and I'm wanting to get another single family. And if I get the multifamily and a single family, then that is good enough for me. But if they all end up being single families, I want to get 3. So.
Okay, see, that's encouraging. So what I wanted to do is just thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us today on Ali Homes TV. And before we go, what is one tip that you would give to any aspiring real estate investor?
Just to do it. Don't mind boggle yourself with a whole bunch of information and just learning and learning and learning.
So don't watch 18 hours of YouTube videos?
Watch it, but actually apply it.
So that makes sense. That does make sense.
Actually apply it. Apply what you're learning.
Okay. All right. And so I want to thank you guys so much for coming out today and hanging out with us. Be sure to subscribe, hit the like button and the notification bell, and you can get more of these videos. Check out more that's below. And also, if you're an investor, leave in the comments. Let me know. What are some tips that you would give first-time home investors or property investors, or what are some pitfalls that you will look out for? Until then, this is Milton Ali with Ali Homes TV. Take care.